lecture on the topic empirical estimation of runoff. So, the first question which arises is that why runoff estimation is important. We know that rainfall and runoff are very significant processes. They constitute the sources of water for recharge of groundwater in the watershed. Evaluation of water availability by understanding of runoff is essential. Hydrometeorological and hydrological data play an important role in the assessment of source water accessibility for planning and design of artificial recharge structures. The direct runoff is the cause of numerous troubles, and without proper technique estimated, no preventive measures can be applied. Hence, we can say that for proper estimation of runoff, for proper planning and design of recharge structure for water resources structures, runoff estimation plays a very vital role. For this, we have some empirical formulas for the estimation of runoff. In the past, many empirical formulas have been developed, but these are applicable only to the region from where they were derived. Therefore, we should take caution while applying these formulas. These are essential rainfall runoff relationships with additional third or fourth parameters to account for climatic or catchment characteristics. Some of these are described ahead. First one is the rational method. Here, consider a rainfall of uniform intensity and very long duration occurring over a basin. The runoff rate gradually increases from 0 to a constant value as indicated in this figure, and then the runoff increases as more and more flow from remote areas of the catchment reach the outlet. Designating the time taken for a drop of water from the farthest point of catchment to reach the outlet is Tc. It is known as the time of concentration. It is obvious that if the rainfall continues beyond Tc, the runoff will be constant and at the peak value. The peak value of the runoff, that is Qp, is given as Qp is equal to C into A into I for a time period of t. Next we have the time of concentration. This time of concentration has been given by the Kirpich. So the equation was derived by the scientist Kirpich and the equation is named after him in 1940. This is the popularly used formula relating the time of concentration and the length of travel and slope of the catchment. It is given as Tc is equal to 0.01947 L raised to the power 0.77 multiplied by the S raised to the power minus 0.385. We know that Tc is the time of concentration in minutes, L is the maximum length of travel of water, we can take it in meters, S is the slope of the catchment, that is delta H by L, where delta H is the difference in elevation. Right? So, the rational method is the simplest form of rainfall runoff estimation, which allows the prediction of peak flow, that is Qp, in the form of a formula. Formula is very simple. Qp is equal to C into I into A. C is the runoff coefficient, which is the variable with land use. I is intensity of rainfall. Tc is equilibrium time for rainfall occurring at the most remote portion of the basin to contribute flow at the outlet, and A is the area of the watershed. Now, there are some drawbacks also of this rational method. The rational method is often used in small urban areas to design drainage system and open channels. The initial losses due to depression storage and initial infiltration are not considered in this formula. So we can say that the initial abstraction or the initial losses due to depression or initial infiltration has not been taken into account. Hence the runoff will be estimated about not as accurate as the observed runoff. Now we have the Inglis and the D'Souza formula. As a result of careful stream gauging in 53 sites in the Western Ghat of India, Inglis and D'Souza, these are the two scientists, in 1929 evolved two regional formula. The relation between rainfall and runoff goes as follows. For the Ghat regions of the Western India, the runoff is equal to 0.85 times P minus 30.5. P here is the annual rainfall in centimeters, and R is the annual runoff in centimeters, right? So for the Deccan Plateau, the annual runoff R is equal to 1 by 254 P into P minus 17.8. So these were the two equations derived by the Inglis and the D'Souza's in 1929 for the Ghat regions and for the Deccan Plateau. Next we have the most common Kosla's formula. Kosla in 1960 analyzed the rainfall runoff and temperature data for various nations and USA to arrive at an empirical relationship between runoff and rainfall. The time period is taken as a month. The relationship for monthly runoff is Rm. So Rm here means the monthly runoff. So Rm is equal to Pm, that is precipitation in a month, minus Lm. Lm is the monthly loss. So Rm is equal to Pm minus Lm. And the monthly loss Lm is equal to 0.48 times of Pm into F. Here Pm is the mean monthly temperature, right? So here Kosla formula is indirectly based on the water balance concept, and the mean monthly catchment temperature is used to reflect the losses due to evapotranspiration. The formula has been tested on large number of catchments in India and is found to give fairly good results for annual yield for use in primary studies. So here we have seen few formulas that were used for the runoff estimation in the runoff studies. I thank you for attending. Stay tuned and keep learning.